Welcome to the deep dive, everybody. We're diving into Arnold Schwarzenegger's Be Useful today.
Yeah, it's packed with wisdom, you know?
Definitely. And this one's for anyone who wants to learn fast, those aha moments, and actually applying what you discover.
No fluff, just real actionable advice.
Totally. So Arnold lays out these 7 tools for life, right? And they all come from his experience as a bodybuilder, actor, governor, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, and they're surprisingly insightful, you know, like coming from a celebrity memoir.
Tool number 1, the power of vision. Seems obvious, but Arnold really breaks it down, showing how even the biggest, most ambitious vision needs smaller, more concrete goals.
Right, he uses this great gym analogy, you know, people hitting the gym just to get in shape.
Yeah, I've totally been there.
Sounds good in theory, but without a specific goal, you won't see those killer results. It's like saying, I want to travel, but not picking a destination. You end up wandering around, not really going anywhere.
Right, or like, I want to be a better cook, but not choosing a specific cuisine or dish to master. You need that focus.
Absolutely, you need those milestones. It's like Arnold, he zoomed in on individual muscle groups to build his physique. So what are the muscle groups you need to work on to reach your vision?
This guy, he landed in America at 21, already Mr. Universe, but still crazy driven. Like, he was a champ, but hadn't reached his ultimate goal of becoming the greatest bodybuilder ever.
That's where the real grind began, right? He was constantly refining his technique, pushing limits, finding mentors, never satisfied.
Always pushing forward.
Exactly. He didn't just rest on his laurels.
Okay, so this leads perfectly into his next tool. Creating space for inspiration. Arnold is super big on making time to just think.
Yeah, like his nightly jacuzzi routine was sacred. He wouldn't miss it.
Wait, really?
He even formulated that powerful speech after the January 6th Capitol riots in the jacuzzi.
Whoa, that's wild. Seriously. But you know what? It actually makes sense when you think about it. It's so easy to get caught up in the daily grind and forget to pause and just reflect.
You got it. Even a few minutes a day to generate ideas, process emotions, find some clarity, it can be huge.
Okay, moving on to visualization and ignoring naysayers. Arnold is all about visualizing success, like those Olympic athletes who picture themselves winning.
Yeah, he faced a ton of resistance when he moved from bodybuilding to acting. People thought he was crazy.
But remember his story about making twins?
Oh, yeah.
So much doubt, especially about his comedic skills.
But he and Danny DeVito, they had this clear vision, you know?
Yeah.
They negotiated this insane back-end deal that showed how committed they were.
Yeah, and Tom Pollock, Universal's president, she took a gamble on them. Later, he joked they robbed him blind with that deal. But the point is, they believed in themselves when nobody else did, and boom, they proved everyone wrong.
That's the key. Okay, next up, reps, reps, reps. Arnold's philosophy on hard work.
This dude is all about focus practice, not just going through the motions, but quality over quantity.
Exactly, quality reps. He talks about how this applies to everything from lifting weights to like public speaking. Think John Coltrane and his crazy practice schedule. He honed his skills and became this jazz improv genius.
And remember Arnold preparing for Conan the Barbarian, sword fighting, horseback riding. He even learned to ride an elephant.
Wow. Talk about dedication.
Right. It's easy to get caught up in the glamour, but it's those countless hours of practice that make all the difference.
100%.
All right, this next one might surprise you. The art of selling. Arnold believes we're all selling something, whether it's a product, an idea, even ourselves.
It's true. And who better to learn from than the guy who sold bodybuilding to the world?
Talk about a masterclass in reframing the narrative.
He took a niche sport and made it mainstream.
Exactly. He had to convince people that bodybuilding was about discipline, dedication, and reaching your physical peak, not just lifting weight.
And he did it. He changed public perception.
So speaking of shifting gears, Arnold's next piece of advice is all about adapting to unexpected challenges. Like, think about his experience with complications from heart surgery.
Oh man, that was rough.
He could have easily spiraled, but he chose to focus on what he could control and found a way to move forward.
That's resilience. Remember that dry erase board in his hospital room? He turned recovery into a workout, setting goals and tracking progress.
Even in tough situations, we have the power to choose our mindset. It's about taking action. Like when he was sourcing PPE during the pandemic when everyone was in a frenzy.
Yeah, that was huge.
He was proactive, using his network to make a real difference.
Turning a negative into an opportunity to do some good.
Okay, last but not least, the power of giving back. Arnold's focus on philanthropy, it actually evolved from being a way to get ahead to becoming a core value.
His story about working with the Special Olympics athletes, it's so inspiring.
Yeah. He found so much joy and fulfillment in helping others, and it really changed his perspective on life.
It's powerful stuff. And, it wasn't all sunshine and roses. He admits that early on, ambition was a big driver. But as he experienced the joy of giving back, his priorities shifted.
He realized that true success isn't just about personal achievement. It's about lifting others up along the way.
It's about leaving the world a little better than you found it. And it's not just about big donations. It's mentoring, sharing knowledge, fostering a culture of giving back in everything you do.
Yeah, and that story about his encounter with that young boy who was terrified of lifting weights, it just shows that small acts can have such a huge impact.
It really does.
It's about showing up for others and finding ways to make a difference.
Absolutely. It's about empowering someone to overcome their fears.
Right. So we've covered Arnold's 7 tools, but you know what's fascinating to me?
What's that?
How interconnected they are. It's not like you pick and choose.
Yeah.
They actually form this whole framework for a meaningful life.
It's holistic. You can't just grind without a vision, right? And achieving that vision, well, that often means adapting when things get tough.
Absolutely. It's personal growth, the whole package.
It is.
One idea that really stuck with me was breaking your mirrors.
Ah, yeah. That's a good one. That gem, that comes from Arnold's father-in-law, Sergeant Shriver. It's about, shifting from being self-absorbed to helping others. Instead of constantly looking inward, look outward. Find ways to contribute.
Don't just think about yourself all the time.
Right.
And Arnold argues that this shift actually makes you happier and more fulfilled.
It's true. Think of those firefighters who risk their lives to save others.
Yeah.
Even when their own homes are on the line. It's about putting other people's needs first.
Wow, that's powerful.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be some grand gesture, volunteering, supporting a cause, even simple acts of kindness. It's about being useful in your own way.
Absolutely. And what's interesting is, Arnold's journey to giving back wasn't always easy. He admits early on, ambition was his main driver. But when he felt that joy of helping others, well, his priorities changed.
That makes sense.
He saw how powerful collaboration is, teamwork. He realized that success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about bringing other people up with you.
It's about the impact you have on others.
Yeah, it's a ripple effect.
Yeah.
And it's not just about charity. It's mentoring,
Yeah.
sharing your knowledge, creating a culture of giving back in everything you do.
I appreciate that he's not preachy about it. He's honest about his own struggles and just emphasizes that giving back, well, it's about making an effort. It's not about being perfect.
It's about showing up, being present, finding ways to contribute, even while you're still figuring things out.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's inspiring to see that even today, he's still super committed to giving back. He's involved with so many charities and always looking for new ways to make a difference.
He's walking the walk.
He sees it as a responsibility, a duty, ultimately a privilege. He wants everyone, no matter where they come from, to embrace this idea of being useful.
So now that we've taken this deep dive into the book, what stands out to you? What are some key takeaways for our listeners?
For me, it's the importance of clarity. In your vision, aim to your actions, define your goals, break them down into smaller steps, and put in the work. And don't listen to the naysayers. Embrace failure. It's a chance to learn. And never give up on those dreams.
I completely agree. And Arnold really emphasizes adaptability too, right? The world is constantly changing, so being able to shift gears is crucial for long-term success.
100%. And of course, the power of giving back. It's not just about making the world better. It's about enriching your own value life. Finding that fulfillment in something bigger than yourself.
It's about breaking those mirrors, like we were talking about. Focus on the needs of others. Be useful, not just successful.
And this is just scratching the surface of Arnold's book. I highly recommend checking out the full text. Hopefully this deep dive sparked some ideas for you, motivated you to take action.
I know, I'm feeling inspired.
That's great. One thing that really resonated with me is how much emphasis he puts on learning from others.
Yeah.
He's always seeking out knowledge, asking questions, surrounding himself with people who challenge him, inspire him.
Yeah. He's like a sponge.
He's always absorbing information from anyone who can teach him something valuable. And, learning is a lifelong process. Never be afraid to ask questions or seek guidance.
It's about staying curious.
It is, and he applies that to everything.
Yeah.
Mastering new skills, navigating politics, taking on those philanthropic projects. He's always eager to learn and grow.
It's amazing.
It really is. It's that curiosity, that hunger for knowledge that keeps him moving forward, evolving, and, making a positive impact.
It's a constant evolution. Okay, remember that story we were talking about earlier? The one where Arnold was selling bodybuilding to this super skeptical public?
Oh, yeah. He faced so much resistance, people just didn't get it.
But he didn't give up. He reframed the narrative, right? Showed everyone the discipline, the dedication, the excellence of the sport.
He changed the whole game.
He turned his passion into a global phenomenon that's overcoming challenges, changing how people see things and creating a market for what you believe in.
He's a master at it.
He didn't just sell bodybuilding, he sold himself. He became a global icon. He represents fitness, strength, achievement.
He understood personal branding, that's for sure. He created this compelling story. He was authentic, charismatic, and he connected with people.
That's a valuable lesson for anyone. Whether you're an entrepreneur, an artist, or just someone who wants to make a difference, find your voice, share your story, connect with people.
You got it. It's about selling your vision, not just a product or service. Inspire people. Get them to believe in what you believe in.
And Arnold shows us that even if you start from humble beginnings, you can still achieve great things. It's all about hard work, dedication, and never giving up.
It's about having that fire in your belly.
And it's recognizing that success isn't just about what you gain. It's about leaving the world better than you found it.
Leaving a legacy. So as we're wrapping up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with this. Arnold talks about choosing a path that excites you, that motivates you to get out of bed every morning.
It's about finding your purpose.
Finding your passion, your calling, your why, then aligning your actions with that purpose every single day.
Because when you're doing what you love, making a difference, being useful, well, that's when life becomes extraordinary. And, it's not about waiting for that perfect moment or having all the answers before you start.
Right.
Just take that first step.
Even a small one.
Exactly. You build momentum as you go.
It's like Arnold always says, just start. Don't overthink it. Take action.
I love that. It's so easy to get stuck in the planning phase, You
Yeah.
can strategize forever and never actually do anything.
Well, I'm so guilty of that.
Me too. Sometimes you just gotta dive in and learn as you go.
Figure it out along the way.
Exactly. Embrace the ups and downs, the challenges, the wins. That's all part of the journey.
It's all about learning and growing, right?
Right.
Becoming the best version of yourself.
Couldn't have said it better myself. One thing that really resonated with me in Be Useful is how Arnold just totally debunks that whole self-made person myth.
Oh yeah, he doesn't buy into that at all.
He's super open about how he didn't achieve all the success on his own.
He's very grateful for all the support he's received.
Exactly. He has a whole section where he's thanking all the people who helped him along the way, parents, coaches, mentors, even his rivals.
He recognizes their role in his journey.
He says they all shaped him, contributed to his achievements.
Because no one does it alone, right?
It's all about that interconnectedness, Our successes, they're often the result of this team effort, a whole network of support that helps us reach our potential.
It takes a village.
And that should inspire us to pay it forward. Be generous with our time, our knowledge, or resources.
Mentor others, support them, contribute to their success too.
Create a culture of collaboration, shared success. We all lift each other up. Celebrate those wins.
I love that. So as you think about Arnold's message of being useful, what's one small step you can take today to make a positive impact?
It could be anything, right? Offering to help a neighbor, encouraging a coworker, just being present and mindful when you're interacting with people.
It all adds up. Every little bit helps.
Exactly. Every act of kindness, every gesture of support, every effort, no matter how small, it makes a difference. It creates a more meaningful life for you and everyone around you.
So go out there, be useful.
Make your mark on the world.
And until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep diving deep.
See you next time, everybody.
恭喜你又听完了一本书，订阅以便不错过更多精彩节目，也别忘了分享给你的朋友，一起快乐听书学英语。